नमस्कार, स्वागत आमगेले पूरा स्टार्स ऑफ GSB व्यूअर्सांक. आज आमगेलो आसाची विनायक पै माम. तांणी टाटा प्रोजेक्ट्साचे CEO जावन आसाची. प्रतिपंता स्टार्स ऑफ GSB प्रोग्रामांतू आमी एशीची आमगेले GSB कम्युनिटीचे गण्य व्यक्तींक आपण हाडून तांगेल बग्गे अर्थ कोण घेताची. तशीची आज आमगेलो तो विनायक पै माम आसाची. हांव तांकां स्वागत करतास. सो पै माम, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल आमगेले कंडाबट हेम्मे विशय इंडियन पार्लिमेंट इनॉग्रेशन जाल्लें, टाटा प्रोजेक्टान तें काम केल्लें, तुमगेल लिडरशिपान जालेलें. सो तुमकां हांव आमगेल यूथ ऑफ GSB टीम परवागी सगळे आमगेल GSB कम्युनिटी परवागी धन्यवाद अर्पण करता. सो पळय माम, कशें आशिल्लें तुमगेलो एक्सपिरियन्स ह्या पार्लिमेंटाच्या प्रोजेक्टान इनवॉल्व जाता?
Yeah, Sandesh, first of all, thanks to you and Youth of GSB and everyone who runs this. I have been seeing what you all are doing, and I think it is very impactful for the community. It is very important what you are doing. So first, thank you. And thank you for coming and spending time with me today. Really appreciate. Parliament I joined एक वर्ष 1.5 वर्ष जालात म्हाका. By then the project already चलता आशिल्लें. So I can't take any much of credit for what it was done. I'm proud that it is the organization I work for. Yeah. And I had the good fortune of being there in person when the inauguration happened. And that's a great experience, meeting everyone and especially hearing the appreciation of everyone for the speed and quality of the work. That makes you feel very proud.
हे प्रोजेक्ट तुम्ही करताना विंगड खंयचे वर्ल्डाचे मॉन्युमेंट्स कसं म्हणून कंपेअर करून या स्टँडर्डार जावका तशें कसं आलोचन केलेलं कशी हाऊ डीड दिस ऑल स्टार्ट फॉर यू?
नाही, आय थिंक हाजेचे मेन कॉन्सेप्ट was done by the PWD and the architect, which is Vimal Patel. Okay. So the concept came to us. आम्ही खाली detailing खंयचे stone use करचे, खंयच्यान source करचे, everything has to be sourced from India. तर खंयच्यान you can get the best material, the best karigar, artisans, and really make it to a quality which can be remembered for the next decades, many decades, century, and rather, everyone would feel proud of. So our role was more to actually build it, construct it, do the finishing, source material. And that's a tremendous task because the amount of stonework which you see there or the amount of artwork which you see there is phenomenal.
I've एक note केला है, source of material from India. So 100% from India की?
100% from India, nothing from outside. Oh. So even man, material, both 100% from India.
Okay, so Indian Parliament is 100% make in India.
100%. Wow. No doubt about it.
Okay, so made by an Indian company, Tata Projects.
Yes.
Indian people and all Indian material. Absolutely. For the Indian community. Very
correct.
Good. So we are very, very now the तितले ते पॉश दिसता आशिल्ले आमी केलो पुरो विशय भायर दाखोवन युनिव्हर्सिटीच्या पुरो म्हणून. बट तुम्ही आज सांगता रे अनेक विशय कळले आमकां पार्लिमेंटा बद्दल. कसं म्हणल्यार ते 100% इंडियाचे.
100% इंडियन.
थँक यू. सो पैमा तुम्ही आज ही टाटा प्रोजेक्ट्सात CEO जावन आसाची. सो तुमगेल कॅरियर तुमगेले सांतपणा बग्गे आमगेल व्ह्युअर्स आउट कसं शेअर करूयात?
No, most certainly. Miguel, youth was spent in Mumbai mostly. Our school of Mumbai केलो, junior college was in Mumbai. आमी कुर्ला राबता आशिल्ले. So my father and mother both are from Kumta, and they relocated to Mumbai late in the 50s. And we actually, people who came from Karnataka at that point, they have gone through a lot of, trouble to set themselves up in Mumbai. It's not easy. So similarly, my father, so our, younger age and our childhood was more in the chawls of Kurla, and from there we sort of grew. So by heart a Bombay person, and the significant community in Mumbai. आमगेले थंय GSB समाज आनी मठ उरताची कुर्लांतू एक आसा. सो आमी थंय थंयच्यान लागीं रावता आशिल्लें. सो आय फॉन्ड मेमरीज ऑफ गोईंग टू दॅट टेंपल एवरी सॅटर्डे. मुगेल बापा बरशी आमी वचचे आशिल्ले थंय. सो Kurla, Mumbai, and then I came to Pune for the engineering. So engineering पुण्यांतल्यान केलें, COEP. आणि ग्रॅज्युएट जावन बॉम्बे एक 3 वर्स काम केलें. And then we again relocated to Pune. So I spent a lot of time in Pune, where, you know, we had a strong, we were a joint family with my parents, my mother, father, and Ami, my son. I'm pura ekatra राबता आशिल्ले. Even now my mother stays with me. My father passed away in 2012. So it's a strong bond with the whole community, strong bond with family. You know, even Kumta, I don't recollect any year I have not gone to Kumta, sometimes multiple times.
Yeah, okay.
So it feels good to have gone through this whole journey, and then, you know, I had the opportunity to work overseas for some time. I was in the US, in Houston for 2.5 years. Then I was in the Netherlands, The Hague, for 2.5 years. And now back in India. So it's been quite a journey.
Okay. And your engineering was a civil part
No,
of it?
I graduated in electrical engineering from College of Engineering, Pune in 87. Last year, I was honored as a distinguished alumni of COEP, which is quite an honor, and great to be recognized by your alma mater.
Yeah. Absolutely. I think it's a big achievement. And electrical anta sunotu me at the projects anta ilechi, construction line ilechi. How was it? Is it by interest or is it by passion? How do you want to talk?
No, it is a mix of both interest and passion, and I think that destiny makes you flow through various channels. Actually, I for a long time, this is my probably first serious stint in a civil construction type of company. For a long time, I actually worked in the process industry, in the chemical industry. Okay. So oil, gas, hydrocarbons. So, you know, we did a lot of projects for Shell, BP, and, you know, Indian Oil in India. So have done a lot of work in different spheres, but mostly putting up projects. You know, that's been my passion. So then it doesn't matter what type of project it is, but the passion is to, you know, conceive something, build something, you know, see it come to life. So that's been more or less my career.
Build it from green to
green, sometimes brown, sometimes, you know, modifications. They say everything is interesting, you know, but you talked about, you know, being an electrical engineer in civil and process. You know, there is actually, I want to use this opportunity because I know a lot of our youth will be watching. Itank Sangchak, and for them to realize that, you know, you should not put limitation on yourself based on your education. I think that is a fundamental mistake I have seen many people make. And I have made it in my career. For a long time, I was, you know, insecure because I'm an electrical engineer in a chemical industry. I can't achieve much. So none of that. If you have the passion, you have the leadership, and, you know, you have a real interest in achieving something, you can always get it done. So this I keep on telling all the youngsters that, you know, most of the time what holds us back is the box we put around ourselves. So, you know, once we step out of the box and think we want to achieve what we want to do, things pan out.
Okay. Nice to know. Nice. It's a great message to the youth. Thank you, sir. Coming back to Amgala, Amchigelala, to me, Bombay brought up Mumbai. Amchigel run up Amchigel community चे तुम कसं मस्त इष्ट.
I think I'm proud to be a GSB. First of all, I think Pura run up and all comes, but I'm fascinated by the culture of the GSBs. Now, Sanpan don padela ki the whole this community is very culturally advanced. From, I mean, I've gone around the world and seen, you know, and met a lot of people. And I'm not saying it because I'm a GSP. I'm Sanpan don padela hanga kumtanta watashile. The Devlan Bhajana every day in the evening. When you go, the peace je urta, that makes अ पर्सन व्हेरी कल्चर्ड. घरांत बी भजन उरताशिल्लें सांजेरी. आमी अजुनूच सकाळ पुजा, सांजेर पुजा, संदी करचे. आय हॅव सीन, you are doing. So, all this makes the whole community very cultured. And I think that is unique about GSB. In addition to, I think GSBs are very knowledge focused. They are not so commercially focused, but knowledge focused. And of course, commercially focused, there are a lot of businesses
Business
which have done
community.
great.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, by and large, the population of GSBs are, highly, knowledge focused. So they invest in education of their children. That is very important in the community. And I think because of that, this community has evolved, because you see most of the successful people, there are, of course, a lot of successful businesses, but you will see most of the successful GSBs, in addition to the businesses, are also have come up based on the knowledge.
Yeah. True. आम्ही एक बिझनेस कम्युनिटी, बट नॉलेज फोकस कंडा सर आम्ही जल्ल तितले टेक्नॉलॉजी, फायनान्स एसलंतू आणि प्रोजेक्ट्स एसलंत पुरा इन्वॉल्व जावन मॅनेज करता. तुम्ही म्हणल्या युथाक तुम्ही एक मेसेज दिला लिडरशिपा विशयी. तुम्ही लिडरशिप डेव्हलप करची, एक स्किल डेव्हलप करूक. तुमच्या लायफान तसर कसं इन्सिडेंट आसो तुम्ही हे करू शकता म्हणून तुमकां फील येईल?
एक incident urna, it is a series of incidents. You throughout the journey तुमकां inspiration मेळटा. Most लोक inspiration. In my younger days, my inspiration was my mama. He was one of the only engineers at that time in the family. He came from Kumta in, I think, 1963.
त्यांचं नाव कशी?
Vidyadhar Baleri. So he did engineering here from the same college which I. And then he was in MSCB, and he reached a high post in MSCB.
Oh.
So he was also electrical engineer.
Okay.
Coincidence. But he was, at that point in time in the family, someone like him inspired a lot of us to, think beyond. And from 66, after that, I think almost 20 years, there were no engineers in the family. And then now there are so many. So, there are some people like this who stand out in terms of what they inspire people.
So he is a role model for...
He's a role
family.
model. Yeah,
Yes.
one of the role models. And then, over a period of time, you get inspiration. I got a lot of inspiration from my wife, who's, very disciplined. I used to tend to, flow, but she's very, and that is very important. Focus, to bring focus, discipline is very important. And, and in your professional journey, tu most lok meltachi who, take you under their wings, guide you. There are a lot of mentors. If you are doing well, they are interested in you. Then, in terms of business growth, in our family, we have Mr. Jagannath Pai and Shanta Pai, who have the Pai group of hotels in Bangalore and in South India.
Okay. Okay.
There, I have seen them, work hard to achieve something. They were here last 2 days, and we spent time with them. Very humble, how you can achieve so much and be very humble. So these are all leadership traits, and you learn parts from every individual in a different way, right? Then there is, in Kumta, there is a school called Dayanilaya, which is a school for special children. And there is Cyril who runs that school. And this is an individual who gave up everything in his life to stay with those children and educate them, and he trains them, and he takes them for Special Olympics in Germany and all. They represent India, and they have won medals.
Wow.
Yes, we don't know, and these are type of people we don't talk about, we don't understand. Whenever I go spend time with him, I feel inspired. So, inspiration comes from all over.
So, Mom, it's a very interesting journey. तुमच्या जर्नीमध्ये आमकां थोडे इनसाइट्स, एस्पेशली फ्रॉम द पर्सनल सायड. म्हळ्यार इतले अचीव करतना फॅमिली थोडे कॉम्प्रोमायज जाता, जो तांकां सपोर्ट करता तांचे विशय तुम्ही कसं नाही शेअर करत सर?
I mean, it's a great question. आणि आमगेल फॅमिली सपोर्ट ना जाल्यार कोणी कांय करचें जायना खरी. कसं नाही अचीव करता जाल्यार द फॅमिली सपोर्ट इज व्हेरी क्रिटिकल. आणि म्हाका ते फ्रॉम चायल्डहूड मेळ्ळें फ्रॉम माय फॅमिली. my father, Ratnakar Manipai, as I said, he came from Kumta. He was a guard in the railways. He worked very hard. He used to do night shifts. Uh, and my mother used to take care of all of us. As I said, living through the child system and having this to struggle in society, that cannot happen without the real focus of the family. आणि त्यांनी जे सपोर्ट करताची ते अनकंडिशनल उरतात, काही एक्सपेक्ट करनाशी. आता आम्ही आता जनरेशनान तूं वेकेशन घेताची हांव बी घेता खंय भायर गेले 10-15 दिवस हांगा थंय फिरले. आय डोंट थिंक माय फादर एंड मदर टूक एनी वेकेशन इन द चायल्डहूड की खंय गेले हे केले. इट वॉज ऑलवेज टू सेव मनी फॉर एज्युकेशन, चेडवांक इन्वेस्ट करका, शिकोवका. I have two elder sisters, Sujata and Saroja. And of course, being the youngest, I get all the attention. But they have unconditionally supported throughout. I think to some extent, I feel that they are both so talented. But I got a disproportionate, amount of interest and resources for my career. And they might have, suffered in that process, but they never, even think like that. They are fully supported.
Yeah, I can feel the emotion तुम्ही सांगताना, and it is very nice. हे आमगेले इंडियन कल्चरान तसं, एस्पेशली आमगेले GSB कल्चरान आनी तेजे मस्त एसेन्स आसा बाबावाल मध्ये, सिबलिंग्साल मध्ये,
Yes.
कमिटमेंट आनमान पळोवन घेवचे. सो व्हेरी नायस.
आणि आम्ही Miguel, आणि आम्हा since I have graduated, आम्ही ओटो उरताचे. And 2017, I had an opportunity to go outside India, US unto. It was difficult because my mother was in Mumbai, and that age we could not shift her, so she's fit and all that. But they cannot live there alone at this age. But my sisters said, "You don't worry, we are here." Never let my wife used to go back and come here. But when she is not there, Miguel बहिणी येऊन घेऊन थंय राबताची. आम्हा बी चेंज मेळटा ॲक्च्युली इन अ वे.
त्यांनी बॉम्बेत असं
बॉम्बे दोन्ही बॉम्बेत असं. सो दे विदाउट एनी क्वेश्चन, यू डोंट हॅव टू इवन यू से वी आर गोईंग, त्यांनी येऊन घेऊन थंय राबताची. सो इट्स ऑल अनटोल्ड लव, and without any expectation, and that's great about the community, and as you said, the Indian culture. It's very, very important. You can't really succeed without that.
तुम्ही सांगिल प्रकार तुमचं सक्सेस मागशी एक वुमन 100% असं, but there are many more women who have supported you. That is your sister, your
my
mother,
brother-in-laws. They all, everybody. It's a family.
So nice, so nice. So, Paima, Parliament is one flagship project. Then to last 2 वार पुढे खंडापट व्हायरल झाली तुमगेले पोस्ट. Now, other than that, what are the other proud projects of yours? I'm sure there will be many.
There are many. I
Yeah.
mean, every project is like a child, so you can't single out. But there are some really special achievements with the team. आमगेले एक Trans Harbour Ceiling on Mumbai Lak project is the biggest sea bridge in India, and it's a very complex because you have to run the whole bridge through the channel without affecting the marine ecology, and so it goes from the center of Mumbai to Ulve towards Pune.
This is the recent one where I saw a video of Eknath Shinde. And
Yes, so I was there when we were erecting that big span of 200 meters.
Wonderful, wow.
So that's a very proud project. It will be completed by the end of this year. And then we have a really unique project in North India in a place called Jewar near Noida. It's a big international airport, going to be one of the biggest in Asia when it is fully built over a period of time. And we are building it from the ground. So every couple of months I go there. Purate, runway karche, terminal building karche, a modern international airport. These are some of the unique projects. In Rajasthan and the refinery karta asachi, where we are doing very big units in that refinery. So these are all very important, and most of them are of national significance
and landmarks for future.
So our आम्ही आता एक ट्रान्सफॉर्मेशन करता आसाची, and our transformation is around nation building. We want us, as Tata's, of course, that brand is there, and it's so unique. But we have a great opportunity to engage in nation building, in sustainability, in technology. These are things which we are evolving in this company.
तुम्ही हे प्रोजेक्ट्स करतना पॉलिटिशियन्स मिनिस्टर्स एसल जनालू इंटरेक्शन जाता. So how do you manage? Because tangal expectation scope and restrict jain. So kashi तुम्ही handle?
No, I think by and large, a lot of these people are well educated. They receive a lot of information and they retain a lot of information, and they are genuinely interested in these projects because they are of national importance, and infrastructure is very important for the nation today. आज infrastructure build करनो इंडिया जे इन्व्हेस्टमेंट करता आसा ते जगांत खंय ना, आणि that is the critical trigger for India becoming a 3 trillion and 10 trillion eventually. Hey, infrastructure नासीच जावच ना, and that is why the government and everyone is very much interested in making this a success.
I'll come back to the parliament project. So did you get moments to interact with Mr. Modi on it, or
very short? I mean, we took a picture with him. He came and he took a picture with all the workers first, and then he came and took a picture with us. So he appreciated the work we have done. Okay. And of course, everybody, most of the ministers were very complimentary. They took and came and talked to us about how well this has come out.
And my curiosity is, yeah, ideation and jattana. Government side of the corner involved.
No, I mean, Prime Minister himself was involved. He used to take reviews. I think every 3-4 months, he used to give comments and how he wants to be. And other ministers, Hardeep Singh Puri, who's
aviation.
He's head of the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, under which this was done.
Yeah, okay.
So he took interest.
Yeah, he was earlier in aviation and now
he's
this. Yes. So then the video must padela where Mr. Modi used to come surprise sometimes and sometimes plan. Okay.
Yes.
So that level are kashi handle.
No, they are very curious, focused. They want to make it right. So it's really good. The collaboration between industry and government on this project was top class. We got all the support.
Okay. Coming to a very different question. They say Indian roads are not enough to take care of the number of cars. We are already feeling a congestion. So is the road building possible in India with so much of population happening? I'm just asking you.
I think the amount of road which we are building, no country is building at this point in time.
Okay.
In addition to that, there is a huge. I've heard Mr. Gadkari in Washington DC in the year 2014-15 or no 16, I think it was 2016 in DC, and he had said that we are going to decongest the road by using waterways, and now railways. We have built almost 30% of the dedicated freight corridor, which is not so much in the public eye as it should be. So there is dedicated lines along the eastern part of India and along the western part, where all the goods traffic will get diverted on these dedicated railway lines. And then there will be huge amount of flow of material, because today on the roads it's a mix of material, people, cars and all that. So a lot of material will eventually go through through railways and waterways and decongest the road, and the rate at which the roads we are building, I think that whole blueprint is coming together at some point in time.
तुम्ही उलयला ऐकून भारी खुश जाता. इंडियाच विषयी इतली प्रोग्रेस जाता पुढे आणि डेव्हलपमेंट तुम्ही त्या इकॉनॉमी विषयारी तुम्ही म्हणला इट्स infrastructure is going to drive the economy.
Yes.
And the decongestion of the roads is an amazing thing. Then we can think of driving at 100 kmph, 120 kmph.
Yes. And they are very, especially Mr. Gadkari, whenever I meet him, he has some very fresh ideas and very new ideas of how to. He's not idle, he works till late. Most of his meetings are at his home till late, and but he's so much clued on what's happening, what is the technology, how to develop. I think this is good for the overall growth of the nation.
So, ma'am, आता तुम्ही टाटा मोटरचा CEO जाऊन असायचे. So did you start your career in Tata or how is it?
No. I started my career with a company called Devi Power Gas. It eventually became a Norwegian company. I stayed with that company for 25 years of my career.
Okay.
So it's a company called Aker Solutions, Norwegian company. And then for a couple of stints, I was for a short stint in Gurgaon with a company called KBR. Then I joined Jacobs, which is a US multinational company. And there, in 5 years, I was given the opportunity to run the global business for them based in Houston. So all the oil, gas and hydrocarbon business for Jacobs, I was reporting to the CEO. It was heady times at that point in time, going to New York Stock Exchange, ringing the bell and, going with all the analysts on New York Stock Exchange. So it was great experience. And then, that business got consolidated with the Australian company called Worley. So I was part of their senior leadership team. I was looking after their business everywhere in the world except America. So I've sort of, at that point in time, I was responsible for businesses in almost 50 countries. But, when the opportunity came to work with Tata, if there was one Indian group I would work with, it was Tata then. I had never worked for an Indian company, but when opportunity came with Tata, I read a book about the history of Tata and how they have been involved in nation building, and the fact that 2/3 of their profit go to charitable causes. It's unique in the world. So that's when last year I decided to join this company. So I'm a recent addition to Tata, but it's a group without parallel in the world.
Indeed.
When I decided to leave my company and join Tata, I was talking to all my customers in almost all these countries, and everybody knew Tata, and everybody had great regard for Tata all over the world. It's not just an Indian brand; it's a global brand.
In my work life also, I interact with Tata, and it's a crown jewel from India. That's all I can say. Amazing company.
Caring for people, ethics, it's unparalleled. I mean, it's so safe for people to work, culturally so important. And the focus on the people. There is one chart which is there, which says that all the Indian government's rule for labor welfare, including PF, including abolition of child labor, including, putting creches for mothers and all. There is one chart which says when did the Indian government enact this and when did Tata actually implement it. And in every cases, Tata has implemented it 20 to 30 years before the government enacted the law. So, just think of what they have done. They have triggered all this over a period of time. So, really fabulous, experience working. And the amount of respect I get anywhere I go, even in airport when the security asks you what you are doing or anywhere. When you say Tata, you are so respectful.
Great. Nice to know. It's a very happy to hear itle positive about Tata, and that too you have seen the world. From there, when you take a decision to join back Tata, it's a big. It itself says how important Tata is for India and the whole thing.
Yeah.
Thank you. So तुम्ही आज पळयल्या विनायक पै मम्माल विशय अनेक वार आम्ही अनेक स्टार GSB घेवन तुमगेले प्रयत्नाची धन्यवाद.